Check, check, 1, 2. Hello, grandmother. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1 and 2. we're coming to you live from the McPherson Academic and Athletic Complex here in the beautiful campus of the University of Mount Union. You are tuned into Mount Union Purple Raider women's basketball here on the live stream tonight. Great matchup here for you as the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets travel up here to Alliance to take on your Mount Union Purple Raiders. Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Attar. Alongside me is my friend BK, Brennan Kearns, and we're going to get right into it here. First, taking a look at the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets come into tonight's contest ranked 23rd in the country. They're 14-3 overall, 10-0, a perfect record in the OAC. They're riding a 6-game win streak coming into tonight's matchup. The most recent game was against Muskingum. They won that one 61-38. Carolyn Wokley led the way with 11 points off the bench. Casey Badalak and Emily Irwin added 10 points, while Badalak had 8 boards as well. They out-rebounded Muskingum 41-23 and outscored the Muskies 34-18 in the second half in that one. BK, what are you looking out for here today from the OAC leading Yellow Jackets?
Well, they provide a very strong size disadvantage. When you look at their roster from guard all the way down to the center position, they play a really strong brand of height and power down low. So, I mean, that is what's contributing to their 10-0 record currently. Very strong defense. You know, on paper and statistically, there's not a lot that says, you know, oh, this team is super dominant, but they come into every game really strong, rebound the basketball, play really strong defense, and this creates a lot of points for them. And I think if they handle business today and rebound the basketball like they have, especially in their last matchup, they will have no problems handling this one.
For sure. And we'll take a look now at your Mount Union Purple Raiders. Purple Raiders come into tonight's matchup 7-10 overall, 4-6 in OAC play. They've dropped their last 2 contests. Most recent matchup was a loss this past Saturday against Wilmington, 71-59. Elizabeth Mason, she led the way with a career-high 23 points and 5 rebounds, while Day-Day Nash had 11 points. The team, though, they shot just 32% from the field, 23% from downtown, and they were out-rebounded 38-27 in the loss. BK, what's Mount Union got to do here tonight to kind of get back on the winning ways?
Oh, this is something we kind of talked about in the pregame. One of their problems is their inconsistency. They're a young team, a young squad, a good squad. They're doing a lot better, and they play a lot better than what the record shows, I think, personally. And so I think if this team can stay consistent, stay well endowed throughout quarters 1 through 4, and give themselves hope, they have a chance to win this game without a shadow of a doubt. Shoot the 3-ball really well, box out on defense, and control the offensive rebounds from BW. Don't give them second chances. I think they will come out doing really well. I'm interested to see, you know, after the last couple, if Susie Vanette comes out in this press. We'll see. But an interesting defensive look we'll see from Mount Union to see what they can do to stop these bigs down low that BW so possesses.
For sure. It'll be a tough challenge here tonight. The Purple Raiders are going to look to give Baldwin Wallace their first OAC loss of the season. We'll see how things play out here tonight. We're going to take a short break here for the national anthem, but we'll be back for starting lineups here momentarily between BW and Mount Union. And we are back here at the mat getting you ready for tonight's matchup between your Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Yellow Jackets, they are led by 34th year head coach Sherry Harrer, and their starting lineup consists of the sophomore guard from New Philadelphia High School, New Philadelphia, Ohio, number 11, Alyssa Miller, the sophomore guard from Archbishop McNicholas High School, Cincinnati, Ohio, number 21, Casey Badalak, the junior guard from Pataskala Watkins Memorial High School, Pickerington, Ohio, number 22, Emily Irwin. The junior forward from Perrysburg High School in Perrysburg, Ohio, number 24, Bella Valent. And lastly, rounding out that starting five is the junior forward from Napoleon High School in Napoleon, Ohio, number 25, Kaylee Wessler. And now taking a look at the starting lineup for your Mount Union Purple Raiders. As always, they are led by head coach Susie Bennett. Their starting lineup consists of the junior guard from Akron-Buckdale High School, Akron, Ohio, coming off their 11-point performance, number 0, Dayday Nash. The freshman guard from Tuscarora Central Catholic High School, New Philadelphia, Ohio, number 3, Reese Triplett. The sophomore forward from Harrison Central High School, Cadiz, Ohio, number 12, Michaela Dunkel. The junior guard from Lake Catholic High School in Mentor, Ohio, number 25, Allie Hudick. And lastly, rounding out that starting five is the freshman forward from right here in Alliance, Ohio, Marlington High School, coming off her career high performance, number 33, Elizabeth Mason.
And this could be a really interesting matchup. Mount Union has the size to compete, and if they can stay out of foul trouble, have a really solid defensive scheme, really got to be really solid on the boards tonight. I really think that's going to be the tell of the tape, is who can control the rebound battle and control offensive rebounds. It's going to be really crucial. Second chance points, especially second half looks, that's something you got to really contain. This team has older veterans on it, and it has some people who have been through a lot on this team. It's being led by some freshmen currently, especially scoring, but a strong team when they put it together.
For sure, without a doubt, the Purple Raiders, again, are going to look to give Baldwin Wallace their first loss this year in OAC play. These two teams already met this year back on January 3rd up in Berea, Ohio. In that matchup, BW won 67-56. The Raiders shot under 20% from the floor in the first half in the losing effort, but then a much stronger second half. They nearly pulled one out there where Addison Mucci led the way with 14 points. We'll see if the Raiders can split the season series here as we are underway at the MAC. Mount Union wins the opening tip. Dayday now with it. She swings it over here. Michaela Dunkel pump fakes, drives, goes up with the shot, and gets it to go. Raiders on the board on the Dunkel shot. So Mount Union will indeed come out with some pressure here in the backcourt, but BW will break it here. And the Yellow Jackets get set here for their first offensive possession of the night. It's a 3-ball fired up here. That one's no good from Badalak, but they grab the offensive rebound. And we'll see here BW with the second opportunity. Again, 14-3 on the year, 10-0 here in OAC play. We got a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be a travel, and it will indeed. Bella Valent tried to get the post position on Michaela Dunkel, but nice defense by her.
Really nice little play down there, a little switch screen on the block. It's the big open. Definitely shuffled her shoes for the travel.
And so Dayday will have it now for Mount Union. She'll give it over here to Reese Triplett. Triplett now puts it on the floor. Takes a screen from Dunkel, now gets into the paint, kicks it back out to Hudick. 15 on the shot clock here for Allie as she tries to feed it down low to Dunkel, who saves it here to Dayday Nash. Heads up play by her. Over now to Hudick, who steps into the three, banks it in. Allie Hudick from downtown, it's 5-0. Mount Union continues with some pressure here. And once again, the Yellow Jackets will break it. Emily Irwin now swings it over in the corner. Raiders will trap here, though, as Irwin now splits through the double team. A great pass down low inside to a cutter and Alyssa Miller.
The Purple Raiders need to be more efficient on these traps. They're catching them on it, just not getting their hands to the ball.
So about a minute and a half in, it's 5-2 Mount Union. Elizabeth Mason going to work. She couldn't get the shot to go. A rebound here to the Yellow Jackets. Irwin pushes the pace now, looks to drive, goes up with the shot, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, though, the putback's no good. Third opportunity, and this time Alyssa Miller, persistence pays off, draws the whistle, and she's heading to the line for 2.
And we talked about that offensive rebound total already at 3, and this one letting them go back to the line to get 2 freebies. It's been primarily guards on the offensive rebounds so far in the first quarter.
As Miller's first free throw is good. It's 5-3 Mount Union. As that foul was on Allie Hudick. That's her first, team's first. And again, this is a Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jacket team as Miller hits both free throws. That's averaging out-rebounding their opponents by nearly 11 rebounds a game. As down low inside they go to Michaela Dunkel, a quick hitter. Michaela draws the foul there on Bella Valent, her first, team's first. But yeah, like how you talked about in the pregame there, BK, Mount Union is going to need to do a better job here on the defensive glass for them, trying to keep Baldwin Wallace kind of off that offensive glass all night. And
I'm interested to see how Coach Susie Vanette substitutes this game because their starting lineup not particularly large in a sense for rebounding and defending against the offensive rebound. So I'm excited to see how she goes to her bench tonight and how she utilizes some of these other girls coming in.
So Dunkel goes 1 for 2. Raiders on top 6-4. So after that Valent foul, she takes a seat, and Kira Philpott checks into the ball game for the first time here tonight. Alyssa Miller now is able to break the press, swings the pass over now to Miller, who fires up the three. She can't get it to go. Rebound to Elizabeth Mason, and it's a one-on-one break here. Mason going up with the shot, no whistle. Looked like it could have been a foul from this vantage point, but nonetheless, BW comes the other way with it. On the perimeter now, the Yellow Jackets drive into the paint. Pass over here to Philpott. Philpott goes up with the shot, had it blocked by Dunkel and into the hands of Day-Day Nash. Nash now up top to Dunkel. Michaela's been busy here early on. She drives here once again and goes up with the shot. Michaela Dunkel's got 8. We got 5 of the 8 points. It's now 8-4.
Strong left hand, and they're going to need her tonight.
Alyssa Miller drives down low inside to Philpott. A whistle, no shot. Foul's going to go here on Reese Triplett. Her first, team second. Out of bounds here for BW.
And that's kind of what you get sometimes when you're on that trap defense. Some late rotations from the Purple Raiders. And, when you're late, sometimes that's how you catch them. But, a good foul on the floor prevented a lot of what could have been an and one as well. Get some subs here early within the first 3 minutes.
As it will be Haley Haywood, Addison Mucci, Sierra Schlosser, and Grace Wolf all checking into the game. Hudick remains the lone starter out on the court here for Mount Union. As for BW, it's Maddie Ebert into the ball game here, and Leah Riley. Down low inside, they try to hit Philpott in stride, but that pass too high, out of bounds, back to Mount Union. So good start here for the Purple Raiders. They're on top 8-4, shooting 3 for 5 so far here tonight. BW 1 for 5 to start the game. Grace Wolf, cross court over here to Hudick. Hudick steps into another deep 3. That one's no good. Rebound here to the Yellow Jackets. Pushing the pace, it's Emily Irwin going up for the layup. A whistle. It's going to be another foul going here on Mount Union. It will be on Addison Mucci, her first, team's third.
And another reminiscence, you're going to be subbing a lot of girls tonight, and you're going to keep moving, but as you pick up and start to get into foul trouble, you need to be careful. And, Addie Mucci is an important part of this squad, and you don't want to see her go down too early, especially, so you got to think about how the trap affects your offense too. We saw that the other night, a lot of their shots looking short, tired legs, and you're subbing a lot of girls in and out. So an interesting tactic, but nonetheless, we'll see how fresh they can stay.
As Lily Sweeney, the senior, checks in here for Mount Union as Emily Irwin splits the pair for her first point of the night. It's 8-5 Mount Union. Mucci now with it, swings it over here to Sweeney, takes a screen from Schlosser, now up top to Haywood. Haywood now swings it back around here to Lily. She'll give it up now to Grace Wolf. Wolf steps into the rhythm 3. That's no good. Ball's tipped into the hands of Irwin. So BW pushing the pace here, down low inside to Philpott. Another whistle and an and one upcoming. Foul's going to go on Grace Wolf. That's going to be her first, team's fourth. Kira Philpott will head to the line for one more.
Got to control the foul totals. It's something that's going to be really big in this game. I'm telling you, between the trying to control the rebounds and them getting offensive rebounds and the quick subs and the pressure and the late tails, you're going to see a lot of fouls here early, maybe even a lot of fouls late. So something to keep in mind if you are the Purple Raiders, and how you're going to keep your starting 5 fresh, how you're going to keep your subs on the floor with this kind of pressure. So
As Philpott misses the free throw there, Carolyn Wokley checks in for the first time, I should say, and Alyssa Miller back into the ball game here now for BW. It's Grace Wolf trying to go up and under, now swings it out here to Lily Sweeney. Now over to Addison Mucci. Mucci at the top of the key with 11 on the shot clock, swings it over to Wolf, now over to Haywood. Haley Haywood puts it on the floor, back up top, Addison Mucci with 4 seconds, fires up a contested mid-range, and that's in and out, no good. Rebound to the Yellow Jackets. BW trying to take their first lead of the night here is down low inside. They go to Philpott, trying to go baseline, couldn't get the shot to go. Nice defense from Grace Wolf. Mucci now with it. She'll take a screen from Wolf. Crosses over, trying to get into the paint, swings it back out here to Haywood. Up top, Sweeney. Lily Sweeney now gives it to a cutter. A beautiful cut from Schlosser, but it's blocked by Philpott. Grabbed her own miss and the pass and the bucket right there to Grace Wolf.
A great flash cut there by Schlosser and able to get her block shot back for the bucket.
10-7, the Raiders press, comes up with the steal. Haley Haywood draws the foul on Wokley, so that'll be Wokley's first, team's second. We'll have some substitutions getting set to come in here.
And 2 big plays from Schlosser before she hits the bench. She got her own block into the assist and then gets the steal, or the tip pass, and Haywood with the steal on the last one. Purple Raiders are rolling early. Something they need to do is keep themselves in this game. We talked about that inconsistency, and basketball's a game of runs. You're going to have some droughts throughout the game. You got to be able to stay in, keep a lead.
It's Michaela Dunkel, Reese Triplett, as well as Elizabeth Mason all checking back in from Mount Union as Lily Sweeney off the inbound fires up the shot. Couldn't get it to go. Good look, though, from Sweeney there. It's Alec Johnson into the ball game here and right on cue. Passes it over here to Riley. Riley down low inside, and that bucket's in and out, no good. Fight for the board, and the Yellow Jackets come away with it. It's Valent now who checked back into the ball game, back with it here. Looking to go down low inside on Dunkel. Goes up with the shot and gets it to go. Bella Valent makes it 10-9 Mount Union.
Have to chance those second chance points.
Up top, Michaela Dunkel. Dunkel tries to get it down low to Elizabeth Mason. Taken away by the Yellow Jackets. They're trying to take the lead here now as Wokley drives in transition, but she shuffled her shoes. And ball back here to Mount Union.
I'd say Purple Raiders are doing a good job so far controlling the narrative. They're playing at their pace and made some critical mistakes early, but BW has yet to capitalize. So the Purple Raiders need to put the gas pedal on a little bit here. Starting lineup back in, so maybe we'll see a little bit of a scoring run.
Raiders started the game 3 for 5. They're 1 for their last 6 since. As Day now swings it over here to Hudick, back over to Nash. Nash takes a screen here from Dunkel, steps back, now gives it over to Triplett. She steps into the open 3, that's no good. Fight for the board, she followed her own shot and saved it to Day Nash. Great hustle. As Elizabeth Mason now gives it over to Triplett. Triplett backing down in the post, goes up with the shot, had it blocked by Valent. Even though she went 0 for 2 on that trip, what a great possession right there. Great hustle from Reese Triplett. As out up top, they go to Johnson. She steps into the open 3, couldn't get it to go. Rebound Elizabeth Mason. Mason now with it. Down low inside, a great pass to Dunkel. She finishes. Michaela Dunkel's got 7 points here in the first quarter, looking for 8, but she's heading to the line for 1 more.
I told you she was going to be crucial in this game, a really crucial big for this team, especially in a game like this, and that's a big play right there. Really well executed, great finish, great pass, beautiful entry, a really strong finish, top the glass, top of the left, and hopefully we'll see a conversion on the M1.
Ava Wilkerson checks in, as is Kaylee Ressler and Emily Irwin, as Dunkel can't hit the free throw, but Reese Triplett grabs the miss, but turns it back over here to BW. So Emily Irwin now with it, swings up top Wilkerson, extra pass to a wide open Johnson for 3, in and out, no good. Fight for the board, Valent nearly came up with it, but Hudick steals it away from Mount Union. Purple Raiders, they've led the whole entire first quarter. Another pass down low inside to Dunkel, and she draws another foul here. Michaela Dunkel having quite the first quarter. The foul there is on Alec Johnson, her first, team's 4th. Michaela Dunkel back to the line here once again.
And this certainly not going to be her last trip to the free throw line tonight, so she's going to be in a lock-in mode to see if she can hit both of these free throws. And I promise you this will not be the last time she's at the line tonight. it's a clear game plan to feed her and Mason in the post and try to get to the line and get easy points. So
Dunkel's first free throw is up and good. And Michaela Dunkel's now got 8 points here in this first quarter. She's 2 for 4 now from the free throw line, 3 for 3 from the floor. And that one's too strong, no good. That ball will be had by BW here. It's 13-9 Mount Union. As around they go here. It's Emily Irwin now with it on the perimeter. She thought about the three momentarily. Now swings it over to Wilkerson. Up top here they go. Bella Valent back over here to Irwin. Sets a screen for her, and Irwin fires up the shot from the elbow. That's no good. Rebound Dunkel. So Nash now pushing the pace here for Mount Union. She'll give it up top here to Dunkel. She thought about the three. Now instead gives it over high post here. Elizabeth Mason. Mason fires at the mid-range. That's short. Dede Nash nearly comes away with the offensive board. Out of bounds it goes. They'll say last off Elizabeth Mason in the BW basketball.
That's a tough call. It looks like it was off BW from my angle up here, but good hustle from Mason. Actually a really good shot. You know, she sized her up and got a pretty easy shot over top of her. Just short. And, you know, that's a result of playing really hard on defense, and she does a lot for this squad on the back end. So we'll see the press again.
It will indeed as Addison Mucci, Sierra Schlosser, Grace Wolfcheck back into the game. Kira Philpott back in for BW. Up top here now to Philpott. And Philpott gives it over here now. It's Emily Irwin. Irwin around the perimeter. She goes here to Badalak. Now right back here to Wilkerson. Wilkerson with 8 on the shot clock, looking to go to work. Feeds it up high post. Philpott, she's looking to go to work here on Grace Wolf. With 2 seconds, a whistle, and we've got a foul on the floor, but it won't matter because BW is in the bonus. So foul on Grace Wolf. Her second, team's 5th. That's going to send Kira Philpott to the line for 2.
Union is diving into their bigs already here late in the first, and you want to stay vigilant with the fouls. 5 fouls here early in the first half. This is one of those games you want to make your fouls really count, you know. There's definitely such a thing as good fouls, and that was not one of them.
As Philpott goes 2 for 2 from the line, yeah, I agree with you on that one. You get the shot clock down to 2. That's a tough break for Mount Union. As Audrey Livesay checks in for the first time tonight for Mount Union. Cross court here, Tess Conroy. Up top, Addie Mucci. Now over to Hudick. Hudick now looking to go to work. Gives it over to Livesay. Nice catch by her. She hands it off here to Mucci, but she couldn't get the pass cleanly, and out of bounds it goes. BW could take the lead on this possession.
That ball had a little bit of sweat on it, it looked like. Just kept sliding off her fingertips.
So the Yellow Jackets have not led this ball game yet here tonight. They've not tied it either, so we'll see if they can do it here in the final minute and a half of this first quarter. Badalak gives it up top here now to Wrestler. Wrestler now looking to go to work. Up and under here, goes up with the shot. Too strong, no good. Rebound to Conroy. Tess Conroy now with it. Takes a screen from Livesay now over here to Mucci. Mucci defended closely here by Emily Irwin. Swings it over now to Hudick. Hudick puts it on the floor. Cross court to Addie Mucci. 10 on the shot clock here. She crosses over, gets into the paint, goes up with the shot, draws the whistle. A nice strong take there from Addison Mucci. Draws the foul on Emily Irwin, her first, team's 5th. Addison Mucci to the line for 2.
Yeah, I would have loved to see her convert the end one there. Kind of had it clean on the shot, got the foul on the landing, and tough break there for Addison Mucci. She's going to want to have that one back, but nonetheless, 2 free ones here.
So Mucci will head to the line now for 2. Leah Riley back into the ballgame, as is Carolyn Wokley and Alyssa Miller. As Mucci can't hit the first, Reese Triplett, Dede Nash back in now here for Mount Union. Nash will get set to check in for Mucci, it appears. Raiders are now 2 for 6 from the free throw line here in this first quarter. Make it 2 for 7. It's been a struggle so far here this evening. 13-11 down low inside. They go to Philpott. Couldn't make the shot. Rebound to Mount Union. Schlosser now swings it over here to Mucci. 30 seconds left to go here in the quarter. About a 7-second difference between that shot clock and game clock. Now over here, Ali Hudik. She swings it over in the corner to Triplet. Now back to Mucci. Mucci looking to go to work here. Swings it over to Livesay. Livesay swings it up top. Mucci, or to Hudik, my apologies. She pump fakes, goes up for the shot. Couldn't get it to go. Grabbed her own miss, but couldn't get the layup there either. 4 seconds now. We've got a whistle, and that's not a good foul there from Mount Union. The foul's going to go on Mucci. It'll be her second, and in the penalty, that's going to send BW to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, now if you're Addison Mucci, you're probably going to be sitting the majority of the second quarter, which is tough for the Purple Raiders because really need you here. Day Nash and Addison Mucci are the two at the helm, and your backup point guard is probably going to be sitting down for the majority of the second quarter now. And Day Nash still here, 0 fouls, so a positive here tonight for Mount Union, but they really need to control their foul totals, especially in the big category.
Wokley goes 2 for 2 from the line, and with 4 seconds left to go in the quarter, BW ties it for the first time here tonight. Day Nash picks up the ball, and yes, I believe that was a clock malfunction right there. They were just trying to roll the ball, so Day wasn't trying to pick it up, trying to get it up to half court. But the clock started running there with about 4 seconds left. It ran down to 0.6, so they'll put 4.1 back on the clock here.
And now we're going to see a press here from BW. See if Mount Union can get some people down.
Schlosser rolls it here for Nash. She'll pick it up right at half court with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Needs to get the shot up here. Just is able to, but it was blocked right there. But at the end of 1, both teams struggling to shoot from the floor. We are all tied up at 13. BK, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, if you're Mount Union, you gotta be holding your head high right now. You're tied with a really solid team, 10-0 in the OAC, favored to win this game. So doing solid in the start. There's obviously some things they need to clean up. Free throw percentage, one of those things. You can't be giving away free points, especially in a game that you aren't necessarily favored to come away victorious. And so, you're missing quite a few points from the free throw line already. 5 points, you could be up 5 currently at 100% free throw percentage. Another thing, surprisingly, they struggled on the offensive end on the defensive end to stop the offensive rebounds. And surprisingly, they're still in this game. So that's something that you can stand high on. BW with 3 offensive boards, 10 defensive rebounds, so 13 in total to Mount Union's 12. So not doing bad on the rebound front. Had a little struggle there early in the first 5 minutes, and then really kind of came to a really good close. So if they can keep controlling that rebound total and just by good grace get some really good shots and start some offense flowing, this team should be doing some really good things here to close the half.
Yeah, without a doubt, really, the story has been so far, Mount Union, they've really kind of controlled this game. I mean, with the rebounds, we talked about it. BW dominates the rebounding game normally, but the Raiders just trailing by 1 in the rebounding category there. It's just been a struggle shooting 5 for 18 for Mount Union, 2 for 7 from the free throw line. They're going to wish they had those points back. BW, though, 3 for 14 from the floor in that first quarter. As we open up the second with Leah Riley getting to the lane and getting to the paint for 2, and BW has their first lead of the game. 15-13 now. Yellow Jackets out in front. The Raiders have their whole starting 5 with the exception of Ali Hudik, who's on the bench. Lily Sweeney into the ball game for the Purple Raiders. She gets it down low inside to Michaela Dunkel. Dunkel going to work in the post, couldn't get it to go. A rebound there to the Yellow Jackets. So BW trying to extend the lead here as Wokley steps into a 3, can't get it to go. Rebound to Nash. It's a 6-0 run here for the Yellow Jackets as they have their first lead of the game. Day now with it. Gives it over here to Dunkel. Dunkel tries to get it down low inside to Sweeney. Off her fingertips, it goes out of bounds to BW.
Yeah, just unfortunate there. Kind of looked and then stopped looking right as she threw the pass. So it's a little careless turnover. They need to turn it up here and start the second.
So Miller gives it up here now to Riley. Riley looks to drive. Down low inside. Bella Valent got the inside post position and gets to the rim for an easy 2. So So Bella Valent makes it 17-13. It's now an 8-0 run for the Yellow Jackets, skating back to the end of that first quarter. As that pass, just a little bit of a miscommunication off the fingertips of Elizabeth Mason, out of bounds here to the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and this is kind of what you see out of these young teams. Right out of the quarter break, right out of the timeout, you got two turnovers early, kind of careless turnovers early, and allowing this 8-0 run. And this is what we talked about, controlling these tempoed runs from BW.
So the Yellow Jackets trying to extend their advantage here as Wokley tries to receive the pass, but falls down to the ground. Day Nash now picks up the loose ball, gets to the rim for two. So Mount Union applies some pressure. BW breaks it flawlessly down low inside to Valent. She couldn't hit the layup though. Rebound to Mount Union. Day now with it. Raiders trying to tie or take the lead here. Swings it up top, Elizabeth Mason. Now over here to Sweeney. Down low inside, Michaela Dunkel. Dunkel going to work here on Valent. Backs her down in the post, goes up with the shot, couldn't get it to go. Rebound to the Yellow Jackets. So BW here now holding on to that 2-point advantage. Step back here. We'll give it up now, down low inside the Wrestler. Wrestler goes up with the shot, had it blocked by Mason, a late whistle though. They're going to get Elizabeth Mason with the foul. Her team's first. Kaylee Wrestler to the line for two.
Yeah, I don't know if she called a body on that, but I thought it was a really good defensive play by Mason. Just really aggressive, really physical, played it well. Called her on the body there, tough call. And that won't be the last time you hear us say that tonight. A lot of balls being thrown down inside, and it means a lot of contact, so a lot of calls.
So Kira Philpott, Ava Wilkerson checking back into the game now for BW, as is Emily Irwin. As Wrestler's first free throw is no good. Audrey Livesay, Allie Hudick, Haley Haywood into the game now for Mount Union. 1 for 2 from the line that time for Wrestler. It's 18-15 Baldwin Wallace. Day now with it. She'll swing it over here to Haley Haywood. Up top, Allie Hudick. We've got a whistle and a foul away from the ball. I believe they're going to get Audrey Livesay, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, they will say Elizabeth Mason, I believe, but it looks like on the scoreboard there they gave it to the wrong 33. They gave it to Kira Philpott instead.
I better fix that.
That would be a big one right there, but that foul will give the ball back here to BW. So Elizabeth Mason now with 2 fouls in a row as Irwin's shot is short. Out of bounds it goes here to the Yellow Jackets.
Mount Union starts capitalizing on some points here. The run is still trending, but playing good defense, just no scoring on the other end.
Haley Haywood now with it. Sierra Schlosser checked in at that last stoppage. And she has the ball right here. A great pass down low inside to Allie Hudick. And Hudick's going to draw the foul here. See who they get on that one.
Something you might want to see from Mount Union, and we'll see if they kind of make this adjustment towards the end of the second quarter, maybe towards halftime. BW is going over top of every single screen Mount Union sets around the perimeter, especially on the edges, and that's something that you can look to dive. If you get both your point guard or your guard, whoever's catching that screen and coming off, both your center and that point guard to dive to the hoop really, really hard. That leaves that oversetter lacking really far behind, and that allows you to get to the lane, get foul calls, get and ones, and get your big really involved in this offense. Michaela Dunkel's been hot in this game, and we'll see if Susie Vanette makes the adjustment.
So Hudick goes 1 for 2 from the line. It's 18-16 now. Cross-court pass. A nice ball movement here from BW is down in the corner. Another extra pass here from Wrestler. Gives it over here to Philpott, but Audrey Livesay steps in to take the charge. That was great team basketball from BW, but Audrey Livesay draws the charge here on Kaylee Wrestler.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe one dribble in that entire possession. BW really moving that zone. Sierra Slasher at the top of that 1-3-1 was moving.
So Mount Union trying to tie or take the lead back here now. Hudick with it. Swings it over Day Nash. Nash now looking where to go with it. Swings it right back to Allie here. It's 12 on the shot clock. Hudick steps into the contested mid-range. That's short. Day saves it, but to BW.
See what I'm saying on that dive, how hard that center stepped up. That's an easy bucket for Audrey Livesay.
As friendly bounce off the rim and in for BW. Emily Irwin gets it to go from downtown. 21-16, Baldwin Wallace, their first three of the night. Day now swings it over here to Audrey Livesay. Now over to a cutter and Ali Hudick. Hudick going up with the shot, couldn't get it to go. Rebound BW. Yellow Jackets trying to extend the lead here in transition. There's a three ball, it's no good. Rebound to Irwin, right back out up top for another three. That's on, it's no good again. A rebound to the Purple Raiders. We've got a whistle. Susie Vanette wants to slow the pace down here a little bit. Takes a timeout. 5:32 left to go in the half. Mount Union trailing 21-16.
And the good old 2 for $1 is no good. Maybe 3 for a dime next time. But one thing I want to see from Purple Raiders is how they're going to capitalize on this overplaying screens, because it's really affecting how they're shooting. It really, when you're going over on screens, you're really contesting shooters. That means that you're allowing Mount Union to drive to the hoop and get downhill because you believe that you can outplay them with your bigs. So if you're Mount Union, you need to challenge this. And they're looking a lot through the perimeter. Not a lot of drive lanes. They're kind of getting contested, and they don't have a lot coming downhill. So I'm excited and intrigued to see if Mount Union starts to adjust to a more motion downhill offense to combat how this BW defense is playing through their screens, especially on these elevator screens. When you get the two doubles coming up through the elbow and you're setting it down for the point guard trying to fly down to the block, if you get one of those double screen elevator cutters rolling back with her after she cuts through, it's going to be wide open.
We'll see what adjustments Mount Union makes here out of the timeout as Addison Mucci now with it. And Mucci picks up the dribble. We've got a whistle. Foul away from the ball. It's going to go on Sierra Schlosser. It'll be her first, team's third.
Looking for an explanation and not going to get one. But another tough foul on one of Mount Union's bigs.
So the Yellow Jackets have it here now. Largest lead in the ball game here for BW, on top by 5. It's outside they go here now. It's Miller. She fires up the shot. Couldn't get it to go. Followed her own shot though and tipped it out to Johnson. Now back out here to Miller. Down low inside to Valent, but through her legs it goes out of bounds. Mount Union basketball. Back in for BW, Leah Riley. Both teams struggling from the floor. Each team is shooting an identical 6 for 23 right now from the floor, 26%. Each team's just knocked down one three-pointer as well. The difference, free throws right now, 8 for 11 for BW, 3 for 9 for Mount Union. It's Michaela Dunkel now with it. She puts on the floor, goes right at Bella Valent, but couldn't get the layup to go. And a rebound there to the Yellow Jackets. Irwin now looking to drive, gets past Reese Triplett to the rim for 2, 23-16. Addison Mucci now with it. Mount Union now 1 for 6 here in the second quarter. Schlosser out to a wide open Addison Mucci for 3. That's no good. Rebound to BW.
Boy, needed that one.
Just been one of those nights so far for Mount Union as Riley looks to drive down low inside to Valent. She goes up for the shot. We've got a whistle, and it's another travel call. Going to go on Valent before she got the layup to go.
Yeah, Valent's got the case of the shoe shuffles, and I mean, she's gotten away with a couple of them tonight. Not surprised she didn't get away with that one there. And an old coach of mine would call that happy feet.
Happy feet indeed. I like it as Day Nash checking back into the game here with Elizabeth Mason. She'll swing it over here now to Reese Triplett. Triplett on the deck. We'll kick it out here to Lily Sweeney. Sweeney takes a screen here from Elizabeth Mason. Now over to Day. Day trying to feed it down low inside, but it's taken away by Valent.
They're not even looking at the roll.
Valent now over to Wokley. Wokley up top to Miller. Now top Johnson, she puts it on the floor, looks to drive, goes up with the shot, gets it to go, and one opportunity upcoming. Foul is going to go on Michaela Dunkel. That's just her first, team's 4th now. And one more coming here for BW.
This is one of those moments I wish we had one of those ESPN drawing boards where I could sit here and circle as you're watching what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, a tough stretch for the scoring run on the Mount Union side.
So Alec Johnson gets that one to go 26-16. We were all tied up at 13 after one, but BW outscoring Mount Union here now 13-3 in this second quarter. As BW shooting 5 for 11 from the floor in the quarter, Mount Union just 1 for 7 at this point in time. Down low inside, a great entry pass and a great finish for Michaela Dunkel on the feed from Elizabeth Mason.
Not the first time we've seen that, Mason to Dunkel.
So Dunkel's got 10 now for Mount Union as Riley now looking to drive, goes coast to coast, can't get the shot to go. Rebound to Dunkel. Hudick now with it. She swings it up top to Dunkel now around here, Day Nash. Nash swings it over here to Elizabeth Mason, right back to Day. She takes a screen here from Dunkel. Crosses over, gets into the paint, goes up with the floater. It's too strong, a rebound to BW.
It's a great shot by Day.
So around they go here to Riley. Riley drives uncontested into the paint, now gives it over to Valent. Valent out up top to a wide open wrestler for three. That's no good. A rebound to Elizabeth Mason. Mason now pushes the pace, goes one-on-one, up for the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound BW, and a whistle. And we've got a travel going here on wrestler. It looked like she might have twisted her ankle on the play, but she seems to be okay.
Looked like she caught a cramp almost. It looked like she held her hip. It's kind of a bad angle to fall at. Unfortunate as she gets the travel call, and it'll go back to the Purple Raiders. 2 minutes left in this second half. 8-point game, and a lot of time left for them to eat at this deficit before they go back into the locker room.
Inbound to Haley Haywood now. Now around here, Day Nash. Nash swings up top, Tess Conroy, she steps into a three, and she knocks it down. Tess Conroy from downtown makes it 26-21.
Very big three-pointer before this half.
So the last 5 now going here to Mount Union as Riley tries to return the favor at the other end. That one's no good. Fight for the board, out of bounds, last off Philpott.
I thought Mount Union got lucky with that one there. I thought Dunkel hit that one out, but hey, you take with the blessings the referees give you. And a chance here to make this a one-possession game for the Purple Raiders, and that is big. You know, they're kind of coming out of the scoring drought they had in that second quarter. And we talked about just controlling the droughts, and control they did. 5-point game here.
It's Haley Haywood now with it. Mount Union will indeed look to make it a one-possession ball game here as Day Nash. She puts it on the floor, looking where to go, swings it over to an open Livesay, passed on the three, instead gives it back here to Nash. Nash right back to Livesay. This time she steps into one, banks it in. Audrey Livesay from downtown.
It didn't look pretty, but hey, it went in. Banks hoping twice here on this Wednesday evening.
26-24 at the other end. Yellow Jackets can't get the shot to go. Grab their own miss though. Out now to Emily Irwin. She steps into a three and she knocked it down. Emily Irwin.
That's why those offensive rebounds are so big. Second chance points.
So Day now with it. She'll take a screen from Livesay. Now gives it over here to Livesay up at the top. Audrey will swing it over to Schlosser. Schlosser now back up here. Tess Conroy. She looks to drive. Swings it back out. Day Nash. Nash with 10 on the shot clock. Draws the whistle. The foul here is going to go on Emily Irwin. So for Irwin, that'll be her second, team's third. So now about a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 30.8 seconds left to go in the quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Mount Union. Inbound to Schlosser. And Schlosser with Tess Conroy taking a tumble down to the floor. And Conroy looks a bit hobbled after the play. Might have rolled her ankle there. BW coming the other way with it. They can hold it for the final shot. So Yellow Jackets in no rush here. Miller looking to drive. kicks it out. It's a 3-ball that's no good, and a fight for the board. And that'll do it here for the first half. A competitive one here in Alliance, Ohio. 29-24 in favor of the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. BK, your thoughts there on that first half?
Well, I mean, we can kind of see what contributed to how BW has this lead. Mount Union lost the rebound total big in that second quarter, 24-17 now. 6 offensive boards, 6 second chance points for BW. And I promise you we're going to see this adjustment from Susie Vanette. When they come into this second half, they're going to be attacking this pick and roll like you've never seen, because BW is playing nothing on the downhill scheme. They're playing all fade stops back to the three-point line. Almost every big has been fading back to a re-outlet instead of diving to the bucket. They're not even looking at the dive coming to the pick and roll. It's too late every time they even turn their head. I promise you they're going to make the adjustment of how hard they're pressing this pick and roll in the second half.
For sure. We'll see if they make those adjustments. Mount Union still very much in this one, trailing 29-24 to the 23rd ranked Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. We'll take a short break here for halftime. We'll be back at the second half momentarily. And we're back here on the women's basketball live stream, getting ready for second half action between your Mount Union Purple Raiders and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets here at the halftime break. BW on top, 29-24 over your Purple Raiders. Hello again, everyone. My name is Jacob Attar. Alongside me is my man BK, Brennan Kearns, and really a great matchup here so far tonight. A little bit of a struggle offensively for both these squads, but the Purple Raiders came into tonight's matchup, BK, against an undefeated team in the OAC in the 23rd ranked Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, but only trailing by 5 here. What do they have to do differently to kind of make a comeback and pull off the upset tonight?
Well, certainly in this game, and certainly could be BW's first OAC loss tonight. I think this game is going to come down to coaching. I think it's going to be who made the better halftime adjustments, because both teams clearly pretty well evenly matched, both very solid defensively, both can score the rock. So I think this is going to come down to who can make the most adjustments on the offensive side of the ball, get to where they need to be, hit the shots they need to hit, and then on the other end, control the turnover battle. Who's going to make the least amount of mistakes in a very close, tight, and controlled environmental game? I think that's going to be the tell of the tape.
For sure, and we'll see if the Purple Raiders are able to do that. As the second half gets underway, we want to give a score update from the men's basketball side of things. Mount Union on top 64-45 over BW up in Berea, Ohio. And congratulations to Colin Gurley, who became the school's all-time leading scorer here tonight, getting up to 1,720 points. Again, congratulations to Colin there. As the second half starts here for women's side of things, with an Elizabeth Mason miss, Dede Nashlo saves the possession. And out now to Ali Hudik, who steps into a three. Couldn't get it to go. A whistle, jump ball. Possession now in favor of BW. So 2 missed shots from Mount Union, but great hustle there.
Great hustle indeed. And congratulations to Colin Gurley, a very elite talent and scorer here for the men's basketball program.
Without a doubt, as BW will have it here now. Emily Irwin with it. Gives it over to Kaylee Ressler. Ressler now looking to drive, swings it out up top. Now around the perimeter here, Emily Irwin. Irwin steps back into an open three. It's nothing but net. Emily Irwin from downtown, 32-24. BW now just 3 for 14 from downtown. The Raiders are 3 for 8 as down low inside they go here. Elizabeth Mason to the rim for 2. That's her first 2 points of the night, 32-26.
Pretty acrobatic finish there from the freshman.
As the Yellow Jackets coming the other way with it now. Ressler around here to Irwin. Emily Irwin, she's got a game-high 12 points. Drives into the paint, kicks it out to Valent. Might have gotten away with the travel there. Now she'll swing it over here. As down low inside, they go right back to Valent, who gets to the rim for 2. So 34-26 in favor of BW. Triplet gives it over to Hudik. Dede Nash thrown to the ground. An aggressive foul. And I believe we're going to get number 11, Alyssa Miller. Hard fall. Glad to see Dede just got back up real quick after that one.
What's the word for on wood floor? You know, in football, you'd say she got depleted. She literally left both of her feet. And glad she's okay. Tough point guard Dede is.
Yeah, Dede was trying to set a screen right there, and Alyssa Miller ran straight through her for the foul. The referees are going to talk this over now.
Talk about a technical, maybe.
They might indeed. They are going to go to the video monitor now.
They might. Is there? Can you review a technical or? What they're going to review is to see if they can call flagrant. Mm-hmm. They need to call flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. Which I believe in the NCAA, flagrant 2 is an automatic ejection. Flagrant 1 is just a technical.
Yes, I believe you'd be correct on that one. And this one could have the possibility, again, from our vantage point, couldn't quite see everything. But Dede Nash really went flying on that one. That was definitely a hard foul. And we'll see if the referees see anything different where they would upgrade this to a potential flagrant foul.
And she will be feeling that one tomorrow without a shadow of a doubt. Like you said, quite literally left both of her feet, and you could hear that one all the way up here in the rafters. So we'll see what the referee's verdict is here. They're looking at this awfully hard, and if this replay booth has been any indicator of if anything will change, it will not. But it's always there if you need it.
And we shall see. The referees are done looking here now at the monitor. They're actually going to get an extra view here now. The third referee, she will come in now and check things out.
Get a second opinion on this one. And The assistant coach for BW now pleading his case about what happened.
It's just a minute and a half into the second half.
I believe a normal foul was called on the floor. So if this is called and turned into a flagrant, there will be a big overturn, and especially a big thing for Mount Union, who's trailing by 8 here, and that's 2 free points and the ball back. If this call is reversed, or overturned, I should say, now they will have a meeting, apparently.
And regardless of what they call here on the floor, Mount Union will indeed have the basketball, and it is a foul on Alyssa Miller either way. It's really just now, was the act deemed kind of unnecessary, too harsh right there? That would then be where it would be upgraded to the flagrant foul.
I think what they're probably trying to decipher between is the difference between a malicious shove and just a big size disadvantage between the small point guard and the big for BW. And I'm not seeing a flagrant. It looks like they're going to keep this a normal call, and that replay booth pretty consistent on not flipping calls. So we'll take it out of bounds here.
So Day will inbound it here now to Triplett. Now back over here to Nash once again. Now back down to Reese. Triplett will go to work. Goes up with a shot. A great move indeed as Triplett to the rim for 2. 34-28. Reese Triplett now on the board. So Mount Union's 2 outstanding freshmen, Elizabeth Mason and Reese Triplett, both getting on the scoreboard here to start the second half. Emily Irwin now looking to drive. Kicks it out to an open Miller, and Miller looks to drive but lost the handle. The Raiders come away with the steal. Hudick now looking to drive. Goes up with the shot. Has it blocked, though, from behind right there by Casey Badalak.
Really great awareness there by Hudick to sit on her jump, force the steal, and unfortunate on the other end, but still Purple Raiders basketball.
Leah Riley checking in here now for Miller. It's Hudick now with it. She'll take a double screen here. Now swings it back up top here to Triplett. Triplett now over here, Elizabeth Mason. Mason tries to cross over. Lost the handle, though. Body's flying on the ground. We've got a jump ball. It's getting physical now here in this third quarter. Possession arrow back in favor of Mount Union.
We might start seeing some beefing going on between girls. Looks like they might be getting a little bit chippy in there, and gotta love physical basketball games.
So Triplett on the inbound here to Day Nash. So Nash takes a double screen here once again. Now with 3 seconds on the shot clock, gives over to Hudick for the 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound Valen.
Well, she's been shooting strong all night long.
Wrestler drives, kicks it out to Valen. Thought about the 3, now swings it over to Irwin. Irwin looks to drive. Now gives it back out up top, back in the high post now to Valen. Valen going to work here on Dunkel. Goes up with the shot, can't get it to go. Nice defense there from Michaela as the Raiders come away with it. Nash now up top to Dunkel. Dunkel, high post, Elizabeth Mason. Mason trying to go to work. Gives up to a backdoor cutter in Day Nash for 2.
Such an athletic finisher Day Nash is inside. And
up top now, it's Emily Irwin. She steps into another 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound Hudick. Raiders down just 4 here, 34-30. As they try to feed it down low inside. The Masons taken away, though, by BW. So the Yellow Jackets now trying to push the lead back out here. Badalak drives, goes up with the shot. Can't get it to go, but draws the whistle. The foul there looks like will go on Michaela Dunkel. So that'll be her second team's first.
I'm not a fan of late foul calls, and I'm going to tell you why. I think that late foul calls are just to see if it goes in, because if it goes in, they're not calling it. If it doesn't, they're calling it, and I don't like that. I think that's a cheap way to call basketball games, and that's what that foul felt like there. It looked clean, it certainly from up here, and I didn't see any body shots, so it felt like one of those if it did or if it didn't kind of moments. And really tough call against Reese Triplett there, the freshman for Mount Union.
Yeah, BK, I'm not sure if my dad's listening right now, but if he is, I know he agrees with you right there. He says that all the time watching basketball games. He also is not a fan of the late calls, and I got to agree with both of you on that one. As right there. Free throws are hit for BW. It's 36-30. It's Mount Union with a whole new 5. Sierra Schlosser, Addison Mucci, Tess Conroy, Grace Wolf, Haley Haywood out on the floor here now. It's around the perimeter now to Haywood. Gives it up here. Tess Conroy now over to Mucci. Now around here to Haywood. Now up top, Schlosser. Looking to go to work here is now Tess Conroy with 7 on the shot clock. Swings over to Haywood. Pump fakes, thought about the 3. Now up top, Grace Wolf. Need to get a shot up here with 1 second, and they're unable to do so. Nobody seemed to want to take the shot there for Mount Union late in the shot clock, and it's a shot clock violation.
That's kind of been a problem with this Raiders team a little bit here tonight. Nobody really wants the rock to be in their hands when it's scoring time, and Mount Union needs to pucker up a little bit in terms of scoring the basketball here if they want to compete with BW.
So now at the other end, Yellow Jackets driving here, but they lose the handle, and the Purple Raiders come away with yet another steal. It's been very similar to Saturday afternoon. The Raiders are coming away with turnovers, just need to capitalize now at the other end as Mucci can't hit the shot. Conroy fighting for the loose ball out of bounds. Let's say last off the Yellow Jackets. Great hustle there from Tess Conroy.
Great hustle indeed, and Mucci just not able to finish that layup, and like you said, forcing turnovers, playing great defense, forcing bad shots, and just not capitalizing on offense. It's something we've seen from the inconsistencies of this group so far this year. So something that they are working on simultaneously through this season.
Haywood will get set to inbound here. Gives it over to Schlosser. Right back to Haley now in the corner. Goes around here they go. Addison Mucci. Mucci looks to drive into the paint, goes up with the shot, couldn't get it to go. Grace Wolf gets tangled up right there with the Yellow Jackets. Possession arrow though in favor of BW.
We're definitely seeing a very physical game, and we talked about Mount Union not letting up on that rebound total, and they clearly are not so far. A lot of fight left in them. 6-point game here, 5:12 to play in the third.
And the Raiders coming out in the press here once again. BW is able to break it as Miller looks to drive. Now going down low inside. It's a shot that's going to be blocked. Maddie Ebert driving into the paint. Had that rejected out of bounds. It will be BW basketball.
I've said it before, and I'll stand on this. I think a lot of Mount Union's struggles offensively have come from the fact that they press all game long, and I just really think that that deteriorates their legs for these later moments in games.
So Miller now will look to drive. Looks to get into the paint, but she shuffled her shoes. It's a traveling violation here. Once again, another BW turnover. The Raiders will take it over.
Hard to believe they almost got away with that. And great force there.
So Mucci now with it. Raiders trailing just by 6 here. Very much in this game, but need to get something going here offensively.
Been very stagnant.
Haley Haywood fires up the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound to Philpott. Mount Union now just 12 for 40 for the ball game here tonight. Up top, it's Wokley. She steps into a 3. In and out, no good. Fight for the board. BW will come away with it. Wokley up top here now to Johnson. Now right back to Wokley. It's now Ebert with it. She'll look to drive here on Conroy. Nearly lost the handle, but a whistle, and it's going to be a reach-in foul. Going on Addison Mucci, her third, team second.
And we'll probably see Mucci go sit down here for the remainder of the third quarter, and big against the Raiders. She's been in foul trouble all night long. Personally, I thought she's gotten the short end of the stick on a lot of these calls, and just a really tough night for her defensively.
So the Raiders with a whole new 5. Michaela Belko, Elizabeth Mason, Day-Day Nash, Reese Triplett, Lily Sweeney out on the floor as we got a whistle and an and-one opportunity upcoming here. Kira Philpott heading to the line for one more as she draws the whistle and is heading to the line here to try to make it a 3-point play.
I thought Dunkel's teammates didn't do her any favors there. Didn't really open any lanes for her to recover from that back screen of the overarching pass, and just kind of late. And sometimes when you're late, that's how you get the and-ones called against you. And tough situation.
So Philpott gets the free throw to go. She's now 3 for 4 from the line. She's got 7 points here tonight. 39-30. Susie Vanette's going to take a timeout here with 4:06 left to go in the third. Raiders trailing by 9.
And, we are 6 minutes into the third quarter, and we still haven't seen any downhill pick and roll action, in which we talked a lot about prior to the halftime and after the halftime. And that's one of these offensive adjustments that we were talking about that Coach Susie Vanette needed to make. Very stagnant here in the third quarter, have not put up a lot of points and not really running through the bigs, not a lot, just stagnant, not getting downhill, not creating opportunities for their teammates, not really creating opportunities for themselves. It's been a lot of selfisher play here tonight, and not something we normally see from the Purple Raiders. They're normally very high on the assist totals, and just tonight, not seeing the advantage that they hold in terms of how well they work together. So hopefully we see a little bit more of that in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time for them to stretch this lead or thin this lead out.
Yeah, still over 14 minutes of game time left if you include that fourth quarter for the Purple Raiders, so definitely still a comeback is possible here as Elizabeth Mason now with it. She looks to get into the paint, now kicks it over to Day-Day Nash. Nash looking to go to work. She'll look to drive, goes up with the shot, could not get it to go. Rebound here to BW.
A chance for BW to really stretch this lead.
Wokley now finds herself wide open, but instead gives it over to Philpott down low inside, and that's a good decision as Kira Philpott's now got 9 points. It's 41-30. Up top, Michaela Dunkel. She gives it up high post here. Elizabeth Mason, who pump fakes, looks to drive, goes up with the shot, gets it to go. Elizabeth Mason's got 4 here in this quarter. It's 41-32.
Tough finish.
Johnson now with it. She'll look to drive. She goes up with the shot. Easy layup there as Alec Johnson to the rim for 2.
And this press is looking very soft in this third quarter.
43-32. Michaela Dunkel down low inside to a cutter. Reese triplet. She kicks it out to Day-Day Nash, who steps into a 3. That's no good. Offensive board on 2. Michaela and 1 indeed. Dunkel draws the foul on Wrestler. Dunkel to the line for 1 more.
All you need is a little bit of hope and some motivation, and the game can flip really fast. That's who they need to get these big buckets is Michaela Dunkel. Elizabeth Mason down there doing some dirty work as well. Great feed to Reese Triplet there from the top of the key, and you wish you could have got the finish down there. Wish you could have got the 3, but nonetheless you got the offensive rebound and back to the and 1. Just what they needed.
So Dunkel cannot convert the 3-point play. She's just 2 for 6 from the line here tonight. Mount Union's 3 for 10 overall. It's been a struggle here tonight from the line as Emily Irwin now looks to drive, but Day-Day Nash stole it cleanly. Body's on the ground here. Got a jump ball. The possession arrows in favor of Mount Union.
And like you said, 3 for 10 from the line, and how big would those free throws be here? That would be the differential of a 10 or a 3-point game down late.
So Alyssa Miller back in here now for BW. The Purple Raiders are going to try to cut into this deficit with 2:37 left to go here in the third. 43-34, Baldwin Wallace. And looks like a timeout. I believe an official's timeout maybe on the floor. Didn't signal that they're going to the video monitor for a replay, but they're over there right now.
I guess what would they be reviewing?
I've got to admit, I would not know. I would imagine it would probably, at this point, just have to be a clock error potentially, but I'm not entirely sure. As it seemed like a pretty straightforward play from up here, as it really just tangled up. It's a jump ball. The possession arrow was in favor of Mount Union, but we will see here.
Confusion up here in the booth.
That's a good way to put it. A lot of confusion up here, and not sure what came out of the officials' timeout, but both teams are going to head back out onto the floor here.
Like we like to say, that replay booth does not get a lot done, but.
So it looks like actually, BK, the only thing that managed to happen from that was they took 1 second off the shot clock. So no time off the game clock, just 1 second off the shot clock, and we are back in action here. Lily Sweeney now with it, gives it over here, Day-Day Nash. Nash now back around to Sweeney. Up top, Elizabeth Mason. Mason looking to drive, lost the handle. Now over to Dunkel. Up top, Day-Day Nash. Nash looks to drive, goes up for the shot and gets it to go. Day-Day with a nice take.
No idea how she slid through that one, but
Nash has 6 points now, 43-36. At the other end, Emily Irwin steps into another three, and she knocked it down again. Emily Irwin, she has led the way tonight with 15 points. It's now 46-36. And BK Emily Irwin now is 4 for 6 from the three-point line. The rest of her teammates here tonight, 0 for 11. So Emily Irwin has hit every three ball for BW this evening.
all three of them have came in transition off that press.
So Day-Day now with it. She steps back and contested mid-range. It's no good. Irwin grabs the miss. Emily Irwin looking for another one here, as she will swing it out up top here. Badalak now back here to Irwin. She'll swing it over in the corner to Wilkerson. Trying to get it down low inside. Kicked out of bounds, though, by Elizabeth Mason. So 1:08 left to go here in the third quarter. Leah Riley checking back in for BW. And for Mount Union, it's Allie Hudick. So Irwin off the inbound here to Riley. It's about 18 seconds on the shot clock here. Now looking to drive. Are the Yellow Jackets going up for the shot? Can't get it to go. Out of bounds. Lost off Mount Union. It's Yellow Jacket basketball.
Purple Raider fans are not happy about that one. And letting them know.
So the referee's going to talk it over here once again. We could be seeing a correction.
No, not if they go to that replay monitor.
And they change the call on the court. It is Mount Union basketball.
No replay monitor needed for that change.
So Mount Union ball here with 58 seconds left to go in the quarter. It's Day-Day now with it. She swings it out up top, Elizabeth Mason. Hands it off now to Hudick on the perimeter. Back to Day-Day Nash. Nash swings it over here to Allie once again as Hudick now looking to go to work. About 13 on the shot clock. Tries to feed it down low inside the Dunkel. Off her fingertips it goes out of bounds back to the Yellow Jackets.
Just like I said, kind of stagnant offense. 4 or 5 dribbles standing around the arc. And 4 or 5 dribbles standing around the arc, watching her try to get open at the post, and then you overthrow the post. We've seen that 16 times tonight already, and not once have I seen a pick and roll dive down to the hoop, bounce pass on the block, and get a layup and one. We've seen the same post entry time and time tonight, and it probably has more turnovers than it does actual points that it's scored. It's an effective play, but ran at optimal levels, and this is something this Raider team does well, is get downhill. We haven't seen much of that tonight.
So an 8-second difference between shot clock and game clock here. As Miller looking to drive, kicks out to Irwin once again. Now over to Riley. Back out to Irwin here. 25 seconds left to go in the quarter. Miller now looking to drive. Up top, here they go. Now Badalak will swing it over here to Riley. Riley looking to drive down low inside to Valent. Valent looking to go to work. Goes up for the shot. Draws the whistle. And one up coming for Bella Valent. Foul there on Day-Day. It's going to be her first, team's third.
Man, a call on the point guard to the big with both their hands up. And I mean, if you call on a body foul on the smallest individual on the floor against the biggest individual, or one of the biggest individuals on the floor, it's just a tough body call. I don't know, you're calling a blocking foul on that. I mean, tough if you're Day-Day Nash, but nonetheless, a great mismatch for BW to get down there.
Can't convert the end one right there. 48-36, Nash will bring it up here for Mount Union with 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. She looks to drive, goes up with the shot, but lost the handle out of bounds. BW ball with 1.9 on the clock.
Looked like she might have walked before she lost the ball there, but nonetheless, turnover for Day Nash.
So 1.9 seconds left, just enough time for BW to get one final shot up in the quarter. Quarter in which they've outscored Mount Union 19-12 as Emily Irwin with it. And she'll choose not to take a shot, and that will do it here. 3 quarters of play, 48-36 BWBK. Your thoughts on that third quarter?
I mean, stagnant offense is the word that comes to mind. I think I've said that a couple of times over the last 10 minutes, but just not a lot of movement. I'm not seeing a lot of people attacking the rim, attacking the hoop. Not many great threes being put up. BW's closing out well. I mean, this is just kind of a really solid performance from BW, and it kind of goes to show why they're 10-0 in this league. They kind of constrict you the whole game, and they do a really good job of controlling and playing at their tempo and their pace. Controlling the rebound game, playing solid defense. They don't need to score a lot of points to win games because they can defend, and they make really solid decisions. You know, we haven't seen a lot of turnovers from them here tonight, taking really clean, really good care of the ball. So Mount Union, it's not over, but 12-point deficit to start this fourth quarter, and they need a rather large run to succeed in this one.
Without a doubt, as the Purple Raiders trailing here, 48-36 entering the fourth quarter. I want to give you a final score update from up in Berea, Ohio. Mount Union men's basketball team coming back strong after a tough loss to Wilmington over the weekend. Mount Union defeats Baldwin Wallace here tonight, 100-68. Christian Parker, 32 points, 11 rebounds on 14 of 18 shooting. Again, Colin Gurley, he became the school's all-time leading scorer here tonight. He finished with 15 points on the night, 6 for 8 from the floor. So dominant performance from the men's side of things. And we'll see here if the women's side of things can make a comeback and make it 2 for 2 on the night for the Purple Raider basketball teams, as Philpott now with it, gives it over to Wokley. Wokley cross court into the corner here to Wrestler. Wrestler looks to drive, goes up with the shot, gets it to go. So 50-36 in favor of BW. Up top, Grace Wolf now over here to Hudick. Around the perimeter they go, Day Nash. Nash swings it back here to Wolf. Wolf will swing it over to Hudick. Hudick now looking to drive. We'll kick it back over to Day Nash. Nash now in the corner, needs to get something going with 5 on the shot clock. Up top to Grace Wolf. Wolf with 2 seconds needs to fire up a desperation heave. Does not hit the rim. Shot clock violation.
Great defense from BW, and Mount Union looking the same as they did on the offensive end in the third quarter. And just got to find the answer here soon.
7-0 BW run, as BW's hit 6 of their last 7 field goals here in this second half, as they are starting to pull away with a 50-36 lead. Riley now with it. Up top to Johnson. She'll step into a 3. That's no good. A rebound here to Grace Wolf.
That's what you want to force right now if you're Mount Union. Deep threes, low percentage shots. You need as many possessions as you can gather.
Now Reese Triplett with it. Triplett looks to drive. Nice move into the paint. Just couldn't finish. A rebound to the Yellow Jackets. We've got a whistle, and it looks like a foul's going to go here on Mount Union. It'll be on Addison Mucci. Or correction here, I believe they're actually going to get Reese Triplett for her second, team's first.
See, but that's how you attack the basket, Reese Triplett. That's one aggressive move to keep them on their heels and keep these bigs dropping down to the low into the paint. You know, maybe you get some inside-out threes and things start going your way. We just haven't seen a lot of aggressive plays from the Purple Raiders. Just not wanting to score the ball. And BW is more than happy with being very cognizant on offense and taking their time and letting that clock roll. If you can't put points in the bucket, it's getting harder and harder for this Purple Raider team.
Yeah, without a doubt, 8.5 minutes left to go. It's 50-36. Taking a look at the statistics, BW, they're shooting under 40%. They're 17 for 44. That's good for 38% from the floor. 4 for 18 from downtown, just 22% again. Emily Irwin's 4 for 6 by herself. The rest of the team 0 for 12 tonight. So really, they've struggled shooting the basketball, but they're 12 for 16 from the free throw line, good for 75%. They're out-rebounding Mount Union 33-24 here tonight as well, with the Purple Raiders shooting just 15 for 47 on their own part. That's good for 32%. 3 for 10 from downtown, and also 3 for 10 from the free throw line. It's just been a struggle here offensively tonight for Mount Union.
Well, statistically, they're well below their average in points scored, and BW not known for their high offense.
As Irwin steps into another three, that time it's no good. Out of bounds, last off the Yellow Jackets. It's Mount Union basketball. Substitution here for Mount Union. Tess Conroy back in for the Purple Raiders. Again, BW came into tonight's matchup undefeated in OAC play, winners of 6 straight as well. Purple Raiders are riding that 2-game losing streak, and again, they are battling really for position inside the OAC tournament as Hudick draws a foul on the perimeter here on Johnson. So this game crucial here for Mount Union, as will the remainder of their regular season games.
And as for BW, you're 10-0 in the OAC. You're really not sweating these games down late right now because you pretty much got your spot solidified into that playoff bracket. But
as Mucci now swings it up top here to Elizabeth Mason, she'll drive, kicks out to Conroy. Conroy now to 8 on the shot clock, swings it over to Hudick. Hudick now looking to go to work, gives it down low inside to Dunkel. Dunkel with a nice move, had the shot blocked, and it's a shot clock violation. Going to go here on the Purple Raiders.
Can we maybe get some handoff motion, some swinging, elbow down, something? We're not like some down screen swing action. They're repeating the same thing that we saw in the first half. I haven't seen any kind of adjustments to what's been going on.
It's 50-36 here, 7.5 minutes to go. Down low inside, they go to Battle-Axe. She can't get it to go. Wrestler grabs the offensive rebound and puts it in. 52-36 BW. Tess Conroy now with it, tries to feed it down low inside. It's tipped out though to Ali Hudick. Hudick swings it out to Mucci. She'll step into a three, and that one's good. Addison Mucci on the board now, her first three of the night. 52-39 at the other end. Battle-Axe tries to return the favor, can't get it to go. Rebound to Valent, she couldn't get it to go. But a third opportunity upcoming now for BW. Emily Irwin now with it up top here to Bella Valent. Valent looking where to go with it. Feed it down low back inside here to Valent. Valent now a three on the shot clock, going to work, goes up with the shot, can't get it to go. Fourth opportunity for BW on that position. They finally get it to go. 54-39, a whistle and a timeout for Coach Susie Vanette. With 6:24 left to go in this one, she's got one remaining. BW is starting to gain some separation on top by 15.
I mean, maybe we'll see something come out of this timeout. But so far, I'm not impressed with what I've seen up here on the offensive end in the second half at all. Just a really slow start for them. I mean, they look identical in every single quarter. You got 13, 11, 12, and just 3 to start this, and we're already almost a third of the way, already through a third of the way of this fourth quarter, and just I'm curious to think in my mind, what the conversation was at halftime, because it certainly shouldn't have been, well, this is what's working, So just curious to see how they're going to come out of this timeout and what, in the end, their solution is going to be to fix this stagnant offense.
We shall see. We're going to take a look at some scores from around the OAC from women's hoops. Audubon currently trailing Ohio Northern with 5:46 left to go, 59-41. That's a big one as Mount Union and Otterbein tied coming in for that 5th spot in the OAC standings. Marietta defeated Muskingum 64-51. Wilmington on top 54-33 over Capital currently. And as far as the John Carroll game, they defeated Heidelberg 72-51. They too were tied with Mount Union for that 5th spot in the OAC standings. As play resuming here with Addison Mucci. Mucci tries to get it to a cutter and Ali Hudik, but it's a turnover for Mount Union. So Emily Irwin now with it. Gives it up top to Wokley. Wokley now up top. Gives it over to Wrestler. And that one's a 3. Correction there, it's Casey Badalak from downtown. The first 3 ball from a Baldwin Wallace player not named Emily Irwin here tonight. So 57-39, largest lead of the ball game here for the Yellow Jackets. Addison Mucci now with it.
No movement.
Now up top, Day-Day Nash. Nash looking where to go with it. Will swing it over here to Elizabeth Mason. She pump fakes. Now over to Mucci. Mucci now at 6 on the shot clock. Gives it over to Dunkel. Dunkel looking to drive. Goes up with the shot.
Look at that.
Gets it to go. Michaela Dunkel to the rim for 2. She's got 14 points.
That's the first time in that whole 30-second shot clock that they even entered the paint. And look what happens. They score attacking the rim.
57-41. Ebert at the other end can't get it to go. Rebound Bella Valent, and she draws the whistle. The foul there is going to go on Ali Hudik. That's going to be her second, team's second.
I mean, we can see the results of attacking the hoop. They floated around that whole possession of the arc. Finally, you find Michaela Dunkel on the elbow. She puts her shoulder down, gets in the weight room, and puts it up for 2, and that's something she's been doing all game. Something they clearly could have called 2 more.
As Dunkel's just 1 point off from tying her career and season high of 15 points. As she's had 14 here tonight to lead the Raiders. And Bella Valent will go 2 for 2 from the line. It's 59-41 Baldwin Wallace. Day-Day Nash now swings it over here to Michaela Dunkel. Now over to Addison Mucci. Takes a screen from Elizabeth Mason. Now gives it up to her on the pick and pop. Mason will look to drive. Goes up with the shot and gets it to go. So 6 points now from Elizabeth. It's 59-43. Wokley now with it. BW can just take some time off the clock. In command here on top by 16. Just over 4 to play. Down low inside to Valent. Valent now going to work here on Dunkel. A hard collision. But it's going to be a foul going here on Michaela Dunkel. That'll be her 4th. Team's 3rd. We'll see if they call a shooting foul or not.
That felt out of control to me a little bit. Tough foul going there against Dunkel.
They won't call it a shooting foul. So BW will have to inbound it here, but I do not think they've realized that quite yet. They're lined up for a free throw. And now indeed they'll figure out that they are actually inbounding the basketball. So Dunkel's going to take a seat with those 4 fouls. As BW will get set to inbound it here. They inbound to Riley. She goes up with the shot. Can't get it to go. Fight for the board. It's tangled up. It's jump ball possession now in favor of Mount Union, as that was Sadie Arend into the ball game for BW on that one. .408 left to go. 59-43. Baldwin Wallace here. Day-Day Nash up top to Elizabeth Mason. Now over to Ali Hudik. Hudik now over to Addie Mucci. Now back around Day-Day Nash. Nash swings it over in the corner to a wide open Ali Hudik for 3, and she knocks it down. Ali Hudik makes it 59-46.
Big shot in this ladder climb back into this game.
So that's now 7 points here for Ali tonight. As the Yellow Jackets coming the other way with it. Down low inside, Sadie Aaron to the rim for 2. And we got a whistle and a timeout will be taken here by Sherry Harrow with 3:31 left to go here in this one. It's all BW, 61-46.
Just kind of later rivals coming down to that press, and really big bucket in response to Mount Union's 3 from BW. And Coach probably wants to talk over a little game planning issues. You know, no quick threes. We need to hold that ball on offense as long as we possibly can. You know, force them to take ill-advised shots like they've been doing all game long. And just not a lot of hope left for the Purple Raiders.
And we will see if they can muster up some momentum here down the stretch. Mount Union's next contest will be this Saturday. They will be traveling up to Ada, Ohio to take on the Ohio Northern Polar Bears in that matchup. And for BW, their next game will also be this Saturday. They'll be traveling down to Bexley, Ohio to take on the Capital Comets. The play resuming here out of the timeout. Around they go here, Elizabeth Mason. She looks to drive a nice Euro step into the paint for 2. So 61-48, Mount Union not out of it just yet. It's at the other end. It's Wilkerson swinging it over to Wokley. Wokley gives it up top here to Riley. Now around here to Ebert. So Riley once again, just like how BK mentioned, they're just trying to hold the basketball for as long as possible here. 5 on the shot clock here for Wokley. She goes to work on Reese triplet. Kicks out to an open Ava Wilkerson for 3. And it's nothing but net. Wow, just buried it. So the freshman from Marysville, Ohio makes it 64-48. Reese triplet now with it. Over here, Addison Mucci. Mucci tries to get it to Hudick. Hudick draws the whistle on the perimeter. Foul there on Maddie Ebert. That will be her first, team's second. The inbound here now to Day-Day Nash. Now over here, Addison Mucci. Mucci now trying to get it to triplet, nearly taken away by Wokley. Out of bounds it goes, 2:20 on the game clock, 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Boy, the Purple Raiders wish they could kind of have this one back a little bit. Scoring droughts early at home just led to the demise of this lead.
So Nash gives it over here to Mason with 1 on the shot clock. She goes up with the shot, and she's going to draw the whistle as the foul there goes on Alyssa Miller. Her second, team's third. Elizabeth Mason to the line for 2.
We talked about at the top of the broadcast how Mount Union had the ability to stay in this game, and they certainly did, certainly do. But you know, when you flip the numbers of the statistics, BW averaging about 55 points per game, Mount Union averaging about 65 points per game. Excuse me, 63 for BW, 65 for Mount Union. BW right on average, about 2 minutes left in the game. Mount Union very far from their average here with 2 minutes left to play. Just a very stagnant performance.
As Mason goes 1 for 2 from the line, she's got 9 now. It's 64-49. Just about 2 minutes to go here now in this fourth quarter. So Alyssa Miller now with it. Raiders are coming out with a trap, and Allie Hudick will be called for the personal foul. Her third, team's third. Or team's fourth, my apologies there.
We'll probably see a little bit of pressure here up top. Just trying to wind down the clock for BW.
1:50 left to go here in the fourth. And BW looks like they will improve to 11-0 in OAC play on the year. We've got a whistle on the perimeter once again. It's going to be a foul going here on Mount Union. I believe they'll get Day-Day Nash, and the Raiders are just going to clear the bench here as BW will now be in the bonus. So a fresh new 5 into the ball game here for Mount Union. As taking a look, it is number 10, Alexa Cadillac, into the game here, as is number 20, Lexi Canning, number 30, Abby McElroy, and 24, Megan Pallarino, and lastly, number 4, Kelly Griffin.
Getting the young squad out there.
As it'll be Taylor Bass into the ball game here for BW as well for the first time tonight, as is number 5, Haley Baker. BW, they're ranked in the top 25, came into tonight's matchup 23rd in the country, and they are showing why with a dominant performance, 66-49, just a minute 40 away from what would be their 15th win on the season, the 15-3 on the year.
Woo! She kind of hit her with that one.
McElroy with some nice moves on the perimeter, and she gets it right back here now. Up top here to Cadillac. They just swing the ball around to Kelly Griffin. Griffin looking to drive here baseline. Nice pass out to McElroy, who pump fakes, needs to get up a shot, and that one is going to be blocked right there. As a shot clock violation, Lexi Canning blocked on the three-point line.
And McElroy didn't do her teammate any favors on that one. Kind of just setting up Lexi Canning for a large beat at the top of the key. That shot clock winding down quickly.
So the Yellow Jackets once again just looking to take some time off the clock. It's under a minute to go here now. There's Riley Bennett also in the game here now for BW. There's a drive and a kick out here. The shot's going to be put up and made right there. Taylor Bass from the baseline, 68-49. So the Raiders are going to fall to 7-11 now on the season, 4-7 in OAC play as that shot no good there from McElroy.
And that will probably put a pretty big hit on their OAC odds.
As they will indeed be tied for 6th after tonight as Riley Bennett gets to the rim for 2. As John Carroll will now move into sole position of that 5th spot in the OAC standings. As that shot no good right there from Canning. But taking a look, as long as Otterbine's result ended in a loss, Mount Union still will be tied for that 6th and final spot. And still no final score update from there, but it does indeed look like Mount Union will remain in that 6th spot, but tough loss here tonight for the Purple Raiders. They dropped this one 70-49. BK, your thoughts here on this one tonight?
Yeah, just got to control those droughts on offense, and for what it's worth, I thought they did a really good job in the first half of doing that, and not so great of a job in the second half of controlling when you're not scoring the ball very well. But I think coming out of that second half, they could have helped themselves out a little bit attacking the basket. Just didn't get it done here tonight, and got to tip your cap to Baldwin Wallace, who now 11-0 in the OAC. Very strong unit, and they will be probably the OAC favorites here heading into the tournament.
Without a doubt, as BW improves to 11-0 in OAC play, 15-3 overall. The Raiders drop this one, fall to 7-11, 4-7 in OAC play. Michaela Dunkel led the way for Mount Union with 14 points. Emily Irwin led all scorers with 15 for BW. So for my partner, BK, Brennan Kearns, I'm Jacob Attar signing off here from the MAC, and as always, it's a great day to be a Purple Raider.